Canada just cut us off. We can't build missiles without cesium. Nobody told me this. Nobody warned me.
This border looks peaceful right now, trees, snow, silence. But beneath that calm lies a weapon no army can stop. 3 days ago, Donald Trump made a fatal mistake. He thought Canada would bow down like always. He demanded surrender in 72 hours, tariffs, threats, humiliation. But Mark Carney didn't flinch while Trump slept. Carney loaded a silent weapon, not missiles, not soldiers, something far deadlier at 8:01 a.m. this morning. Canada didn't just respond, they pulled the plug on America. Uranium, cobalt, cesium heavy oil, the veins feeding the American economy, all severed in one move. This isn't a trade war, this is economic amputation, and the White House has no idea how to stop the bleeding in the next 45 minutes. You will see the secret documents, the panic in the West Wing, the exact moment America realized it was addicted, and its dealer just walked away, the American. Century didn't end with a bang. It ended with a border crossing, closing, and Canada holding the key. But here is what nobody told you. Yet this was not a reaction. It was a trap set 6 months ago, a law locked in an Ottawa safe waiting for Trump to make one arrogant move. And he did exactly what Carney predicted. Now let's go back 72 hours to that Pennsylvania rally where Trump needed a villain fast. China too dangerous, Mexico too useful for border politics. So he turned North Canada, the quiet neighbor, the polite ally, perfect target. He thought he demanded 3 things: scrap the carbon tax, dismantle dairy supply management, abandon digital trade, deal 72 hours to comply or face 25% tariffs on everything, oil, steel, lumber, cars, the entire economy. In the old days, Justin Trudeau would have panicked, delegations to Washington, concessions whispered in hallways. But Mark Carney is not a politician. He is a central banker forged in Brexit chaos. He ran the Bank of England. He ran global financial stability boards. He understands one truth. Trump never learned. America is an addict. Canada is the dealer, and Carney just decided to stop selling. While American media mocked polite Canada, Carney gathered his Minister of Industry and Minister of Defense in a secure Ottawa briefing room. No phones allowed, paper copies, only they weren't drafting press releases. They were activating the Strategic Resource Sovereignty Act, a law designed for this exact moment. Trump used a national security loophole to justify tariffs. Carney used the same loophole to cut the supply chain. Judo economics use your opponent's force to break their spine. The White House thought they were playing chess. Carney was playing 3-dimensional market warfare. Now let's look at Recite 1. The blinding Manitoba, Canada holds the world's largest cesium deposit. Cesium, the invisible element inside every atomic clock, every missile, guidance system, every GPS chip, every 5G tower. Without it, Tomahawk missiles become paperweights, data centers go dark, fighter jets lose navigation. China controls the rest of the global supply. Carney just diverted all Canadian cesium eastward to Europe, to Japan, to anyone but America. The Pentagon knows this reality. Trump probably cannot spell cesium, but his defense contractors just received termination notices from Quebec suppliers. No aluminum, no rare earths. No explanation, just government orders. Receipt 2. The EV kill switch. Nevada, gigafactories, silent assembly lines waiting for battery minerals. Cobalt, nickel, lithium, processing capacity. America has almost none. Canada has the refineries, the expertise, the supply. Leaked memo from Canadian Ministry of Natural Resources priority for battery-grade minerals will be given to trade partners who honor the rule of law. Translation: the minerals destined for Ford, Tesla, General Motors, now rerouted to Volkswagen in Germany, Honda in Japan. Carney didn't just block exports. He handed the future of electric vehicles to Europe. Trump wanted to beat China in EVs. He just guaranteed American car makers will buy batteries from Beijing instead. Receipt 3. The gasoline gun. American refineries in Texas, Michigan, Ohio, built for one thing: heavy crude from Alberta, oil sands, light oil from Texas, won't work in these machines. If Carney slows the flow by just 10%, Midwest gas prices don't rise, they explode $6 to $7 per gallon within 3 weeks. Carney didn't fire the weapon yet. He simply unlocked the safety and placed the gun on the table. Trump threatened lumber tariffs. Carney prepared to starve entire industries. This is not negotiation, this is economic siege warfare. At 8:01 a.m. Washington, D.C., the phone rings in the Oval Office. Trump furious, demanding answers, but the experts are gone. The diplomats who knew Ottawa personally fired the scientists who understood mineral supply chains, defunded Trump, surrounded by yes-men who called Canada, America, jar. They didn't realize Carney doesn't care about insults. He cares about leverage. CEOs from Ford, General Electric, Raytheon flooding White House switchboards, not asking about tariffs anymore, begging for inventory. One defense contractor CEO told his board, "We have billion-dollar jet contracts, and our Quebec aluminum supplier just said no shipment." The president told us to tweet about it. That is the real lady of American power. Today, Trump has no leverage left. He cannot invade. Impossible. He cannot tariff Carney, already priced it in. He cannot bully a man who spent his career stabilizing, collapsing economies. Why did Carney choose this moment? Because he sees the world splitting in two: Camp A, stable democracies, rule of law; Camp B, chaos, agents, rule of force. Under Trump, America crossed into Camp B, so Carney did what any central banker does. He diversified his portfolio, pivoted Canada away from American dependency, announced to the world, "We are the resource superpower of the North. If America won't play by rules, we will sell to those who do." Within 1 hour of Carney's announcement, the European Union backed Canada's sovereign rights. The UK Prime Minister booked a flight to Ottawa. Japan signed a critical mineral partnership. The world was waiting for someone to say no to Trump. Carney became the leader of the resistance. Not with speeches, not with armies with shipping manifests and export licenses. But you still don't know the darkest layer. The Arctic. Canada controls the Northwest Passage as ice melts. This becomes the world's most strategic shipping lane. For decades, America and Canada shared northern defense through NORAD. If this alliance shatters, if Carney asserts full sovereignty over the Arctic and invites European or even Chinese commercial ships through those waters, America loses control of its entire northern frontier. Carney, already in talks with Nordic leaders about an Arctic Council of Democracies. Notice who isn't invited? The United States. Trump, obsessed with the southern border, forgot the northern one is melting open, and Canada just locked the door. Now the timeline of pain. Day 7, stock markets, correct your 401k, bleed. Yes, uncertainty kills value. Day 14 to 30, supply chains, snap, American factories, running on just-in-time delivery from Canada. Suddenly empty shelves, no parts, no production. Temporary layoffs become permanent in auto, aerospace, tech, hardware. Day 30 to 60, inflation, tsunami, lumber for housing, up 20% gas, up 15% Canada supplies, massive fertilizer, potash to U.S. farms. No potash means farmers pay double, you pay triple at the grocery store. Trump promised to lower inflation by picking this fight. He just guaranteed hyperinflation for his own voters. The ultimate irony: to protect America from China, he forced American companies to buy from China, bullying his closest friend to empower his greatest enemy. How does this end? 3 paths. Scenario 1, Trump blinks. 20% probability. He announces a fantastic new deal, drops tariffs. Carney quietly resumes exports but keeps Europe deals as insurance. Trump hates looking weak. This is unlikely scenario. 2, escalation, 50% probability. Trump doubles down, 100% tariffs, border closure. Carney cuts oil and electricity to Northeast U.S. markets, crash, recession. Begins Monday morning. Trump is reactive. This is the most probable path scenario. 3, regime change, 30% probability. Carney isn't trying to change Trump's mind. He is waiting him out, making life miserable for Republican voters in swing states, farmers, auto workers, refinery towns, ensuring Trump loses power not through protest but through pain. Carney betting America will eventually fire its own president. But one thing is permanent, regardless of outcome. The trust is gone. Canada learned it cannot rely on America. America is about to learn it cannot survive without Canada. We often think history changes with explosions, wars, invasions. But sometimes history changes because one man in a quiet Ottawa room decided to stop being pushed around. Mark Carney drew a line in the snow and told Donald Trump, "You are not the king of the world, and you are certainly not the king of Canada." The era of American dominance didn't end because America grew weak. It ended because America turned on its friends, and its friends finally walked away. This is not politics anymore. This is the moment North America broke into, and the world is watching to see which half survives. Is Carney a genius for standing up to a bully, or a madman risking your economic future? American viewers, are you willing to pay double for gas just so Trump can win an argument on Twitter? Comment below. And if you want to see the ships, the money, the exact moment markets crash, Monday morning, subscribe now and hit notifications. We are tracking every vessel leaving Canadian ports, every mineral shipment rerouted to Europe. We will be the first to show you when the American economy takes its last breath. This is not speculation. This is happening right now, and you are watching history die quietly yet. A border crossing. No explosions, no wars, just silence and the sound of a door closing forever. But wait, there is one final secret document we haven't shown you yet, a memo dated yesterday from Carney's office with 3 words written in red ink. Phase 2 begins Monday. What is Phase 2? Why did Carney prepare a second move before the first even landed? The answer will shock you, and it involves a resource America doesn't even know it needs. Until it's gone, stay tuned, because in 60 seconds, we reveal the mineral that could shut down every American hospital, and Carney already controls 90% of it. This is not a drill. This is the end of an era, and you are watching it happen live.